hit every goal. You got the title, the degree, maybe the ministry, maybe the business. And the moment it was over, the moment someone clapped for you, your first thought was, okay, what's next? Not, this is amazing. Not, I'm proud of myself. Just, what's next? Like the finish line was never the point. Like you're running from something, not towards something. And if you've ever heard your mother's voice in your head critiquing something that she never even knew about, this video is for you. Stay with me. A lot of high achieving women aren't just driven. They are daughters, still trying to earn the love that they never fully received. The overworking, the people pleasing, the I don't know how to rest without feeling lazy or guilty. That didn't start at your job or your ministry or your relationship. That started at home. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why your achiever self and your exhausted inner child feel like they're constantly at war, and what that has to do with something that the church almost never talks about, the mother wound. Before we get into that, I'm Renisha, and if nobody has checked on you today, that's exactly why I'm here. As a woman who survived a toxic mother, abuse in the church, and rejection that ran so deep, I honestly thought something fundamentally was wrong with me. I help women heal from wounds that they were supposed to keep secret. I am not a licensed therapist. My authority comes from living it, surviving it, and watching God use healing to change everything. My relationships, my capacity, my life. So let's talk about it. First, I need you to understand what a mother wound actually is, because it is not just, my mom was mean to me. The mother wound is the emotional imprint that's left when your mother could not consistently offer you love, safety, and validation. The key word here is consistently. She didn't have to be a monster. She could have been a woman who worked hard, sacrificed a lot, and stayed when she could have left, and still not known how to make you feel emotionally safe. Maybe she compared you. Always. Look at your cousin. Why can't you be more like so-and-so? You know the sentence. Maybe she was emotionally inconsistent. Warm one day, cold the next. You never know who's going to walk through the door. Maybe she parentified you, made you her emotional support. You became her little therapist at 9 years old. You learned to manage her feelings instead of processing your own. And here is what I need you to hear before we go any further. This is not about blaming your mother. Most of our mothers were operating from their unhealed wounds, generational pain that they never got help with, systems that failed them, and histories that they never talk about. You can honor the reality of her story and still tell the truth about how it hurt you. Both are true at the same time. That's not betrayal. That's the beginning of healing. Okay? Now, this is where I need you to stay with me, because this is the part that nobody connects. We talk about the mother wound in terms of women who fell apart, who can't hold a job, who cut everyone off, who are constantly struggling. But nobody talks about the ones who built an entire empire on top of the wound. The overachiever, the high functioning woman, the one with the business and the ministry and the spotless house and the smile that never cracks in public. Let me show you what that looks like in real life. Number one, you work to prove your worth. Every degree, every promotion, every launch, every milestone subconsciously is proof that you are enough, proof that you deserve to take up space. But the bar keeps moving because it was never about the achievement. It was about earning love that should have been free. Number two, you are a professional people pleaser. You are scanning rooms constantly, reading energy, anticipating needs, adjusting yourself, sometimes in real time, to make sure nobody is upset with you. You learned that skill as a child. That's how you kept the peace. That's how you stayed safe. It kept you safe then. It's exhausting you now. Number three, you cannot rest. Rest feels dangerous, lazy, like you're falling behind. Like if you stop moving, something bad will happen. Or someone will see that you actually don't have it all together. Some of y'all don't even know what it feels like to sit somewhere with nothing to do and not feel guilty about it. I promise I'm not throwing stones. I was the same way. The couch wasn't for resting. It was for planning what to do next. Number four, you keep choosing. The key word here is choosing You keep choosing emotionally unavailable people in friendships, in relationships, in church. You overgive, they underdeliver, and somehow you always manage to convince yourself that it's your fault. You need too much. You're too needy. That pattern is not a coincidence. You're unconsciously recreating the dynamic of trying to earn love from someone who couldn't give it. Here's the aha moment I want you to sit with. Your success has been fueled by self abandonment, not self love. And there's a difference, a big one. So if the wound shows up this clearly, why didn't you see it before? Because the church gave you a language for almost everything except this. Honor your mother. She did the best she could. At least she stayed. Those statements in certain contexts became tools to silence you, to shut down the honest reckoning that could have set you free. And so you intellectually defended her. Well, she worked hard and she sacrificed. She loved me the best way she knew how. All of that can be true, and your body still remembers being criticized every time you walked in the room. And I just want to add a little note. We're going to put a pin in this. This whole, well, she did the best she knew how. Even when you're talking about men, right now we're talking about the mother wound. Even when we're talking about the father wound. I understand what people are trying to say when they say that. However, is it really the best that they knew how to do? Y'all got to think about it, because this is the type of stuff that keeps abuse going from generation to generation to generation to generation. It doesn't matter what we have been through. At some point, you have to take accountability with how you treat other people. Okay? So this whole, well, she did the best she could. You know, your dad did the best they could. Did they really? Because you don't have to be related to me for me to know I should treat you with human decency. You can be a stranger that I pass in the grocery store. I know not to call you names and not to bully you. So that's something else we got to stop. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Because I don't want y'all out here using that as an excuse for your parents. And then next thing you know, you're a parent and then you're doing the same thing to your child. And then turn around saying, oh, well, I did the best I knew how. No, we grown. We got to take some accountability. Now, here's what happens in children. When your primary attachment figure, your mother, is inconsistent or critical, your little nervous system learns something. If I can just be good enough, helpful enough, low maintenance enough, quiet enough, smart enough, maybe then she'll give me what I need. That's not a personality trait. That's not ambition. That is a survival strategy that got lodged in your nervous system before you were even old enough to name it. And here's the part that makes it harder. Most of our mothers never even received nurturing themselves. They grew up in homes where softness was a luxury nobody could afford. So they passed down emotional deprivation. Not because they hated you, even though it feels like it. It's because nobody gave them the map either. Understanding that doesn't erase the pain, but it does change what the pain means. The wound is not evidence that you are unloved. It's evidence that something was broken long before you arrived. Real quick, if this is resonating, I want you to drop a word in the comments. Not an essay, just one word describing how you feel right now. Because sometimes we've been carrying things for so long that we forgot we are not supposed to carry it alone. Drop your word. I read every single one. Okay. Now I'm not just going to leave you with a wound and no path forward, because that's not healing. That's just pain with a name. So let me give you 4 pillars of what healing actually looks like for the high achieving woman. Pillar 1, honest naming. You cannot heal what you refuse to look at. This means getting a journal. Not to vent, but to map. When did I first feel like I had to earn my place? When did I first learn that resting is dangerous? When did approval start feeling like oxygen? Name the patterns, not to stay in them, but to see them clearly enough to walk out. Pillar number 2, self-parenting. This is the work of becoming the mother you needed, offering yourself the validation you ran yourself in the ground trying to earn. The rest you were always too guilty to take. The words, you did enough. You are enough. You don't have to prove anything else today. Some of you have never said that to yourselves without immediately naming 5 reasons why this is not true. That is the work. Pillar number 3, boundaries and differentiation. Differentiation is the ability to be in relationship with your mother or her memory without losing yourself in it. It's learning to respond from your adult self instead of your terrified inner child who is still seeking her approval. And boundaries aren't punishment. They're the bridge between who you were trained to be and who God actually made you to be. Pillar number 4, your nervous system needs to be part of this. I need to say this clearly because the church has done us a disservice by skipping it. You cannot spiritually discipline your nervous system into healing. If your body learned that rest is dangerous, that stillness means something bad is coming, and that love is conditional, listen, prayer is powerful, but it cannot override an overloaded nervous system. Breathwork, grounding, somatic practices, trauma-informed support. These are not secular replacements for faith. These are the tools God gave your body to come back to safety. Faith and nervous system healing are not in competition, you all. They're supposed to work together. Now let me land this. You are not just a high achieving woman. You are also a little girl who learned to earn love, and she deserves more than burnout. If this video cracked something open for you and you're ready to stop performing and start healing, I created something for you. It's called the Clarity Reset. It's a 7-day workbook experience where I help you break the very patterns we were talking about earlier, the overgiving, the people pleasing, the being in survival mode, and then calling it your personality. And you start seeing yourself clearly, maybe for the first time. It's only $197. You get lifetime access to the Clarity community and my reset kit as a bonus. This is the first step for women who are done surviving and ready to actually live. The link is in the description. Run and go get it. You don't have to keep living like the daughter who has to earn everything. You get to become the woman who is loved, chosen, and safe without performing. I'll see you in the next one, girl.